What's up, guys? So it's very, very late. I just had like a 2 hour meditation prayer session. So I'm just gonna speak straight from the heart. It's been a long time since I made a video like this. But it's been a really, I feel like I say this a lot, but like it's been a really crazy like time, clip, whatever you want to call it, eclipse season this week. I mean, so many people have been getting sick. So many people have like, even for me as an astrologer, like every single person this week has canceled or had to postpone their session so far. Insane. And just like so many people I know. So for me, and I'm not going to get into like everything personally, but it's having a pretty tough time today. Like to the point where, hold on, I'm trying to get comfortable. To the point where I just, had this moment of clarity, right? And I just stayed there with my eyes closed. And what I do is I knew I had to record myself, right? I didn't know how long it would be. So like, it was a lot, like I said, like probably 2 hours of 2 hours of like meditating. And then I think like I was talking for about like, probably, I don't know. I put like 50 minutes or something like that. But the main thing is it's not anything new. Like we need reminders of things like this in life, right? And I hope this is, helpful for anyone, but it's just about letting go and about the disattachment from, what we think, what our egos think we need or is required. And I was thinking before I start, as I was going into the meditation or beginning, like why I'm going through so much suffering, like the Buddhist definition of suffering, like so much suffering, egoic suffering, right? And I'm looking at these different areas of life, and hold on, Ina, stop. Are you Ina or Esme? I can't even tell you guys apart. You're Esme. Okay, that's fine. I literally can't tell me. Yeah, but like, I'm going through all like these I'm frustrated, right? Like there's these things that are frustrating me in life, and I'm thinking, and I'm just like, like what is it, right? And and then it just hit me so evidently as I was meditating, like I need to wake up each day and not have that feeling of I need to have this thing happen in my life, right? I need to have, this type of, I don't want to get into like, I guess like, cause I'm trying to make like, not make this about me, make this about like people in general. Like, okay, what do people want? They want like what? The perfect relationship. Like they have an idea of the type of person they want, things with money and security in that sense to be good. They want, to not feel like they're missing out on life. A lot of women I've talked to lately have been, like in their 30s and stuff have been talking about like, kids and if they don't have them and just stuff around those types of things, like, that the idea of like not feeling like, you are where you're supposed to be in your life, right? And the truth is that you're always, not to sound, but like you are always exactly where you're supposed to be, right? Everything in your life has led up to now, and one great technique, I don't know the name of it, from, it's a meditation technique. It's a fresh start. So it's almost like you just cut a line where you're at and you just let go of everything that ever happened before that. Not to like completely just like disregard it and just, but kind of starting anew. And it's something that I do a lot, and just kind of the whole philosophy that, I always say like every day is a new lifetime. Every time you wake up, like no matter how bad the day was before, you have the chance to, to wake up and have it be completely different. So back to what I was saying before, with all these Neptune transits I have personally, it's pushed me to a point to where I don't feel like my normal self a lot of times. Like, it's amazing for astrology, right? Like I'm doing my readings at an all-time high, right? It's amazing. Well, I don't know. I mean, but let's just say that area of life is very, very good. But I realize all that matters is the heart. All that matters is the heart. And sometimes we get caught up in thinking like, oh, I'm so special. I'm not talking about myself right now, right? Talking about in general. Like, oh, like I'm so special. I'm so smart. I'm so this. I'm so that. I'm so beautiful. I'm so blah, blah, blah. I'm so, whatever attribute you want to say. But really, all that matters is this. It's all that matters. Nothing else matters, right? Like zero. And I feel like sometimes, like, let's say like you're someone that's very, very, that your ego is very, very like associated with your ideas and your intelligence. That can take away from that heart. Like, you should feel, no matter, even if you're the smartest, most funny, most, entertaining, most like brilliant, whatever good things, you should always feel like your best attribute, the best thing about you is your heart. That should be all that matters, right? And back to what I was saying, like, I realized like through this that the frustration in my life was coming from these ideas, these like, the future is not real. Like, our perception of the future, right? Like, the past happened, but it's still not real. The only thing that's real is the present. The past is just a figment of our imagination that, if you're in a very, very good mood and you look back at the same event, the same past event, you'll look at it in a more favorable way than you would if you were in a really like bad mood, right? So the past changes, and like, you see people with like Neptune on the IC, for example, or like, in just different places like that, where it's like they have this very, very clouded image of their childhood in their minds. So even that's not real. All that we have is the present, and then the future is conditional. How many times in your life have you thought like, oh, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is, and you have these like these images, right? These little guided images in your head that you think are representative, or like for example, like, you might have like a certain romantic partner, right? And you have this like person, and then you convince yourself, you tell yourself the story like, oh, this is what they look like, this is what they feel like, this is who they are. And then if it falls short, right, or if like you don't meet that person, or you know what I mean, or if it's someone that, if you're with someone that's a lot different than that, there could be disappointment. So, and same thing with career, with money, with where you dharma is a more better word, right? Like, a better word, like where you feel like your life purpose is, like what you feel like you're supposed to be doing. When you can just stay true to yourself, grow, be a good person. That's it. Like, just be a good person. Realize that your greatest attribute is your heart. And enter each day with a feeling of not knowing what's going to happen, but knowing that when you look back, how many times in your life, I say this all the time, how many times in your life have you looked back, or have you, like, okay, look, how many times can you look back at times in your life where you were very nervous about something, and then it, ended up being so okay? Like, I saw my friend's story today, and she was talking about it. She was like, this is how life is. Like, we have these tests that come up, and we just need to smile within them, and these tests come up, and then somehow they just work themselves out. Like, they just, like, the problem just goes away. And I get that that's not the case for every problem. I get it. But like how many times does that happen? Where you think that this problem, or this what, this whatever is so bad, and then it's fine. So true freedom and truest, being able to truly escape from suffering, a lot of it is letting go of the expectations and letting go of these mental images of what you think you need, based on this sometimes like over idealistic kind of concept in your head of the future, right? Of what it's supposed to look like. So all of this, the solution is, and when I say God, I feel like I trigger some people because I don't come from a religious background. So for me, God just means, the universe, whatever. But it comes in that relationship, right? It comes in the closeness, meditation. Mixing meditation and prayer is magic. And letting go is a lot easier said than done, and it's a process that is very hard. But what it does is that it opens up so much to you, because when you're not letting go, it's like you're holding on to this, like you're just like holding on to the you're swimming against the current of life, and you're almost telling the universe that you know better than God. You know what I mean? So work hard, be healthy, have a good routine, meditate. Don't be perfectionist about it. Like, still do the things, but like it's that balance between action, Mars, and attraction, making yourself better, that passive, Venus energy, right? And at the same time, it's a balance between, that expansive, idealistic, adventurous, Jupiterian energy, and the hardworking, structured, is dharmic a word? The Saturn energy, right? The strong Saturn energy. So when we can enter each day with a sense of excitement, a sense of this is unknown, I don't know, and enter our lives and just let go and constantly go through this and catch ourselves through mindfulness, through being present, which, everyone has their own thing. For me, it's meditation, honestly. Even if I'm not perfect at meditating, it's like, that's what does it for me, or just being present or having conversations with myself, catching yourself when you're being rigid, when you're thinking, because what's the quote? What is it? Expectations are the cause of all resentment, or something like that, or at the heart of all resentment. So it's like, let go of expectations. The universe / God / whatever you want to call it, source, has your back. If you're right, here's all that matters. Doing the next right thing and just letting the rest come. It's that simple. And I have been lately, like, or at least in the last few days, just especially today, so torn away by different things and different ideas and different like thoughts with these Neptune transits I have, right? But even that, it's its own journey. There's a positive side, in that, in everything that we go through, and it's only in time that we'll be able to see the benefit of it. So right now, all we can do when we're going through it is accept it with love, accept it with gratitude, accept it knowing that we chose this, and just live and go through the challenges with a smile on our face. So that's all the time I think I got. So it's probably releasing around 6 a.m. in Argentina. So I guess I have people all over the world. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. It's always interesting when I release these. I feel like whoever's meant to see these sees them. So Hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments, please, if you like these. Ciao.